All right, everybody. Welcome to City Improv. Pet City Improv. At Pet City, you can come up with things to say in response to prompts, and they gotta be witty, but it's okay if they're not, because we don't really have high standards. Yeah, you get 5 minute sets. You can bring your pets. Have no regrets. Yeah, Pet City Improv. First up of the night, it's the amazing, the wonderful Piper Shepherd.
All right. Forever limbo. That sounds like if a 3-year-old was trying to describe what purgatory was. Like if you just ask your kid to make up the afterlife and he's like, forever limbo. It's where all of my friends and stuffed animals go to not talk to each other and look at each other through the looking glass. So really like the earth is now, you know how toys are in the glass at the store and they're just looking out at other toys like, I don't know, this is our forever. That's what happens to people when they die and they didn't make a particular impression on anybody on planet earth. All right, like if you're super evil, you get hell limbo. If you're super fucking awesome, you got a heaven limbo. Forever limbo is for a bunch of butterfaces. It's where butterfaces come from. It's where they get returned to at the end of their lives. Uh, forever. You know what? I don't like this one. I'm gonna go to the next. What's a hummingbird's favorite song? A hummingbird's favorite song is "Do You Know the Muffin Man?" Because do you know the Muffin Man? He lives on Drury Lane, and little known fact, Drury Lane is actually the mecca of hummingbird food. It's where it was invented, and the Muffin Man actually invented hummingbird syrup to put into muffins as muffin sweetener. And so the Muffin Man's original fan base was just hummingbirds. He was super famous in the hummingbird community. And then the hummingbirds, they were humming that song, they're infiltrating everybody, all these other towns, and they're like, and eventually some human had to like figure it out on Morse code style, like what are the lyrics, and that's how we learned that he makes muffins. So there is a way for human beings and hummingbirds to communicate with each other, and learn what all these old Rosemary songs are. No, that's not what that's called. Rosemary? No, the Muffin Man and the Humpty Dumpty song and all that's what. Yeah, that category. Nursery rhymes.
Nurse.
Nursery. Yeah, hummingbirds can speak to us only in Morse code nursery rhymes. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Is a tree just a bush on a stick? No, a tree is a bouquet. A bush, a bush is actually the bush came first. Little known fact: trees actually start growing from in the middle of the sky and come downward. So it starts with a bush, and then it grows a tail that later turns into wood and multiplies into a family tree. And then that's where babies come from. They fall off the tree like little pods, little apples and oranges, and they all get mixed up in different ages, and they go run together in a random line, and that's how your relatives were made. You know, this is a weird question. Is a tree just a bush on a stick? Well, that raises two questions. What's legally, does a stick have to be? If a stick is more than one branch attached to it, is it a conjoined twin? Is it a medical atrocity? What's the difference between a tree and a bush? One of them's paralyzed, maybe? An amputee? Is a bush a tree amputee? There's a better question. Is a bush just a tree with its legs cut off? Yeah. It's the North and the South, all right? It was war. That's how they fought. They cut each other's legs off. All right. Is a tree just the band Bush from the 90s? Maybe. And it's okay, next one.
All right, last slide.
Winnie the Pooh didn't wear pants because he doesn't have genitals. Because he's a hermaphrodite. And so he wanted everybody to know that because he's the leader of the hermaphrodite movement in the 100-Acre Wood, and nobody knows they exist. Nobody ever knew they existed. They were horribly segregated against. They lived in years and years of oppression in the 100-Acre Wood. And Winnie the Pooh was like, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be the one to never wear pants in this 100-Acre Wood again. So you know how proud we are to be asexual and not have to go to the bathroom, and how cool it is that we don't have the same bodily functions like you other lame ass animals. And it's been an iconic symbol of hermaphroditism ever since. Okay, that was
Right.
it for me.
Yeah. Let's hear it again for Piper Shepherd. Coming up next is the amazing, the stupendous Robbie Schroeder.
All right, the worst thing to fill a pool with. Oh, for some reason I'm thinking, well, you got bananas in the background. If you're bananas would be pretty gross. Anything that could get bruised or get squished, like some kind of food. Food is probably let's just go really broadly here. Grapes, something, whatever is probably also the worst thing to drown in. Maybe ants, live ants, and you can also eat those, but live octopuses with no water. And then you just, okay, this is more of, everything really goes into a horror film in any of these prompts for me. Like, it's kind of like a theme. Like when Jay Jones was on here, he would always go into death, I think. But it's just a fun way to end comedy. It's a tragedy, But usually a tragedy comes before comedy. Maybe just stuff a pool with twin beds and then twin mattresses, and then you just can't even go in the pool, And if you want to get between the mattresses, it's really difficult. But round little ovals, how about almond M&Ms? Maybe that's the best thing to fill a pool with. But would the best also be the worst? Maybe just water with soap on it, or magma. Probably magma, then you couldn't even go in it. Who even says magma except geologists? The pool filters would have a day with magma. It would have to be a special kind of the pool would have to be lined with some kind of Kelvin resistant I don't know why it said I don't know, heat resistant, but what temperature is magma at, 4,000 Fahrenheit? Next slide. Writer's block party. This is when nobody can think of anything, and they all just hang out. Just kind of like this, except it's just me. I'm at my own writer's block party. Wait. I was just having technical difficulties. Yeah, this wouldn't. Well, okay, this is a lot of fun. I totally lost momentum. Well, I guess I would think it. Let's see. It's hard to make this funny. So people can't think of anything to write about, and so they hang out together, and they still don't think of anything. They just party because they can't think of anything. And if you start thinking of ideas, you have to leave. Maybe that's... next slide. Paper airports. Well, these are fragile airports, maybe. No wind, no rain, no elements. It would have to be in like a biosphere. Paper airplanes. Or they're just like air ducts that are made out of paper, and it's like a port for the air. It's like air conditioning. It's an air. It's a port that flows air. Next slide.
Be the last slide.
Okay. Can a depression ever truly be great? Yeah, it could be really. It could be a large depression. It could be a weighted. I mean, if something depresses something because it is so great, can a depression be graded? You know, can it be can a depression be zested? Would you like a little depression on your mac and cheese? Or I think it would go a little more like, would you like a little bit of mac and cheese on your depression? That's because cheese is a cure-all, and that's why vegans are nihilists. Actually, I don't know. Wow. Okay, that's been my time. Thanks.
All right. Let's hear it again for Robbie Schroeder. Seafood, if it was invisible. Okay. I'll try to turn this into a song, but I don't want to make anything too loud. Seafood, if it was invisible. That's the name of this. If seafood was invisible, you would probably trip on it a lot because it'd always fall on the floor because people wouldn't be able to eat it. They try to stab it off the plate and they'd fail. And the seafood, how do they even catch it though if it's invisible? I guess they just got a big net full of nothing and they're like, yeah, this will be... Wait, Robbie, how does this work? Because can you still feel the seafood?
Sure, yeah.
Can you smell it?
Yeah.
Can you taste it?
Yeah.
Can you love it?
Yeah.
Nice. All seafood is invisible after you eat it anyway. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Let's see. Someone have something else? Otherwise, I can go back to the fan friction.
I got one. Let's see.
Okay.
About work.
Falling out of love with a love seat. I got this. There was a love seat that I loved, but then I got tired one night and I tried to lay down, but it was a little too small to lay down on. I had to put my head on the armrest part. It was uncomfortable. I slowly fell out of love with that love seat. It's really hard to play with a quarter. Doesn't work the same.
You should find your
Thank you.
pick, maybe.
I know, but I was trying to be innovative with the quarter, but it wasn't working out, you know?
It's funny. I always keep one in my wallet.
The quality dropped
was alive.
40%.
What was it? 40% of what?
Oh, your quality dropped 40% playing with a
my
quarter.
My quality.
Thank
Wait,
you.
is there a pun in there somewhere? I don't think so. That's not how quarters work.
Is that a new prompt from Piper?
Well, if guitar picks could buy bubblegum. If guitar picks could buy bubblegum, let's see. This is hard because it's like a whole new form of currency now. If guitar picks could buy bubblegum, I wouldn't buy any bubblegum because I need guitar picks. What if bubblegum could buy guitar picks? I still have no guitar picks because I don't have any bubblegum. I used to have bubblegum and then I ate it. No, I didn't eat it. I just chewed it and I spit it out because that's what you're supposed to do with the gum. And actually, was it even bubblegum? What's the difference between bubblegum and regular gum? Does anyone know? What?
You can blow bubbles.
But can't you blow bubbles with regular gum?
It's too pathetic and small.
The quantity.
They make bigger. Wait, can't you? No, wait. Can't you just take more of the regular gum and just chew more of it and then make a bigger bubble?
Maybe the flavor's too strong, maybe.
No,
Sugar, right?
no way.
That's called
flavors-
orb gum
Orb gum?
or spherical gum.
Or, oh yeah, like gumball machine gum?
That's bubble gum.
Where it rolls down. Yeah, but there's lots of bubble gums.
This big chew.
This got really philosophical about gum. Very philosophical.
You're blowing a philosophical bubble.
Big League Chew, bubble gum. Bubble gum balls out of a machine, bubble gum. Tried it, not bubble gum.
Trident is not.
Orbit, not bubble gum.
Orbit is not bubble gum. What about Big League Chew?
Gum? Big League Chew, bubble gum. Yes.
Yeah, Big League Chew. What about Juicy Fruit?
That's bubble gum,
That's bubble gum.
right?
Almost a bubble gum.
What's the zebra one? What was the zebra?
Fruit stripe.
I
Good
think
stripe?
that's bubble gum. Wait,
Yeah.
that's fruity
Right.
gum.
Fruity. Wrigley's,
like
not bubble gum.
Not bubble gum.
Wait, some Wrigley's are. Here we go. The never-ending buffet. You can eat all day. You can have it your way. Whatever place said that originally as a slogan. What was it, Burger King or something? Yeah, you can eat eggs and Jello, and it goes in your bellow. That's a word I invented for belly, but now it's an O because it rhymes with Jello. I could have just said jelly. That would have been easier. You can have pie, and I don't know why. How did you end up in an all-you-can-eat buffet that never ends? It's a never-ending buffet. It doesn't say it's all you can eat, though. What if you're just stuck there in the buffet and you got no money and you're just like, oh man, and it never ends. You're stuck there for life. So much strife. And you see all that pie, and it's just there, and no one's there to eat it. It just goes bad. You just have to sit there.